Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it is the day of reckoning today. It is the final video for spooky season this year and I'm very sad about it because I love Halloween. Today I'm going to be doing a voodoo doll inspired makeup. So I actually did a voodoo doll makeup years ago, so I kind of want to see like how my skills have improved. However, when I did it a few years back, I did it like a painting a voodoo doll on my face. This time I'm going to make it like, what if a human was a voodoo doll? Because that's a horrifying thought. So I'm kind of going to make it look like ripped skin that's been sewn back together and yeah, all that lovely disgusting stuff. If you want to check out all of the Halloween looks that I've done this spooky season, they are all linked up here in my spooky season playlist. You can go ahead and check that out. There's some fab looks in there. I'm really chuffed with all of them that I have filmed this year. So yeah, I hope you enjoy them. So for the final time this spooky season, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to start off, what I did was sketched out the general kind of design that I was going for. So I drew two lines going from the corner of my mouth to the top of my ears. I drew a kind of squiggly line down the centre of my face and actually down my neck as well. And then I drew two dots at the top of each eyebrow and two dots underneath and joined them like in a cross. This is just to mark out where you're going to put the stitches and where you're going to kind of create the shape of the mouth effect. So then to create this ripped skin appearance, I am using liquid latex and tissue. So what you do is stipple a kind of thin layer of latex over your skin and then take a napkin or like a tissue and make it so that it's only one layer thick and lie that down onto the liquid latex and take away any excess, and then you're just going to repeat that step. So I did about, I want to say about 6 layers of tissue, but each time I kind of, once it got to the 4th one, I made them smaller and concentrated it more in the middle so that when we cut into it, the edge is thicker. So yeah, you just want to keep stippling and layering it up into the general shape that you want. And then I did this on the other side of my face as well, and the top lip and the bottom lip. So now I'm going in underneath my eyes and just creating a wee bit. I only did about 3 or 4 layers underneath my eyes and above my eyebrows, just because I didn't need it to be too thick, so I wasn't cutting into it as much as I am around the mouth. So just repeat that same step and just be really careful that you don't get any latex in your eyelashes or your eyebrows, because it will tear them out, and that's not what we want. That's a real life Halloween tutorial. That's not what we're going for. So then very, very carefully I am going in and cutting the kind of ripped mouth shape that I want. So I'm first creating a diagonal line from the corner of my mouth up to the top of my ear. Kind of like, you're kind of going for like a Joker smile almost. Being super careful with these scissors. Always point your scissors up away from the face. This just makes sure that you're not going to cut your skin. And just go very, very slowly, especially around your mouth. You've got quite a lot of blood like vessels there, so just be careful. So yeah, I just kind of cut that general line and then I went back in and kind of thickened the shape up a bit, and then I'm going in with a kind of metal sculpting tool and poking a few holes into the bits above and below my eyes, just to where the wee buttonholes would be. So I just kind of did this, like put the wee hole in and then like wiggled it about just to make it bigger. And then I'm going in and using a full coverage foundation all over my face. I actually used quite a pale foundation. because I feel like voodoo dolls are usually pale. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, I just applied it all over and buffed it out using a dense foundation brush, so I was getting a really nice full coverage appearance. The thing is with this, you don't have to be too perfect, so that's quite good as well. And then just for a wee bit of definition, I went in underneath my eyes with some concealer and just blended that out using the same brush. But again, you don't have to be too perfect with this. So then once I had my foundation and concealer in place, I just went ahead and powdered my skin. You don't actually have to do this too much because the latex kind of sets your foundation anyway. But yeah, I just went in and powdered everything so that it didn't move. And now I'm just going in and filling in my eyebrows just the way I usually would. They're not really the focal point of this, so just fill them in as you would. And then I'm going in with a kind of plum toned eyeshadow and applying this really heavily into the crease and the inner corner. You want to make your eyes look really sunken and bruised almost. And then I applied that on my lower lash line as well, and I kind of squinted my eyes and applied it right under the crease of the eye. It makes you look really, really tired. And then I went in with a dark brown shade, applied this all over my lid, and also blended it slightly into the crease and in the inner corner just to further darken and deepen that effect. And then I just went in with a black kohl pencil eyeliner and smoked out my lower waterline just to make your eyes look really sunken in. And then I just applied a wee bit of mascara just to get rid of the powder that was on them. So now on to kind of colouring the mouth. I first used a red grease paint and applied this all over just to get a base colour. So I applied this into the mouth and made sure that I was kind of applying it underneath the latex as well. And then I applied it into the wee buttonholes that I had created too. Again, you don't have to be too precise with this. And then I went in with a black and a burgundy and applied this right around the edges just to make it look deeper. So I actually ended up kind of applying this not everywhere, but I applied more black than I usually would have, just to give that illusion that like there is nothing there, because otherwise you could still see my lips, so that's not what we wanted. So I put quite a lot of black in and blended it in together with the red. And then I went back in with a brown eyeshadow, the same one that I used on my eyes, and drew that squiggly line back down the centre of my face and down my neck as well. And then you're just going to take a really small smudgy brush and blend out one side of the line. This just kind of creates the effect that one side is on top of the other and makes it look a bit more 3D. I didn't want to apply latex down here because I thought that would just be too much, so I'm just painting this part on. So then I went in with a white eyeliner and I'd made some wee kind of guideline dots for myself of where I wanted each wee stitch to go. But I went in with some white eyeliner and joined the dots up. You don't have to be too perfect with this. They can be crooked. Like, they don't have to be perfect stitches. Probably the less perfect they are, the better for this look, because you want it to look really distressed. But yeah, I just drew these all down the centre of my face. Some I crossed over, some I kind of put straight, some I put in an angle. Just vary them and vary kind of the length and the thickness of them as well. And I did this all the way down my neck as well, just to try and make the makeup look a bit more cohesive so that it wasn't just my face that was done. So now I'm going in just with that dark brown eyeshadow again and taking this just on a wee paintbrush, and I'm using this to kind of create a wee 3D effect at the end of each stitch. So I just blended this kind of in a C shape around the end of each end of the white eyeliner, and it just creates this 3D effect, like it's like an actual hole that the stitch is coming out of. And then I just went in with a kind of tan liquid lipstick and added a wee bit of definition and texture to the stitches. You don't have to do this, but I just thought they looked like too pristine and too perfect, so I just went back in and created a wee bit of texture. So then for the mouth, I drew out some wee guidelines of where I wanted my stitches to be placed, just in the same manner that I did down the centre of my face. And then I went ahead and applied some blood. So I first applied some Woundfiller and I just used my finger because it wasn't for sticking, so I just thought just slap it on, Skye. So I applied this all in the mouth area and into the wee button eye holes as well. And then I went in with some fresh scratch for a wee bit of goop and goo, because I mean I thought I might as well go all out for this last one, so we're using a lot of fake blood today. But yeah, I just applied this all over and I kind of stippled it on the edge of the latex as well. And then I cut some lengths of string. I didn't make them too tight, I wanted it to kind of look like these used to be tight, and then obviously this voodoo doll is like smiled or screamed and it's torn its skin and in turn loosened its stitches. So I just applied these using lash glue just all around the mouth and then into the eyes as well. But just literally just put a wee dot of lash glue on and attach either end, and that's you. And then for final touches, I went ahead and chucked my hair up into some pigtails and applied some fake blood. So I didn't do too much liquid fake blood, I just didn't think it was a look that called for it, but I did kind of dab it around each like wee buttonhole and painted it kind of onto the stitches to make it look like they'd been pulled through the skin. Disgusting, I know. And then I applied some on the middle of that mouth section as well, just to make it look a bit shiny and gross. And there you have it, guys. That is the finished human voodoo doll look. As always, everything that I have used will be listed down below, as well as all of my social medias. Make sure you give me a like and a follow on them, and make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any future uploads, and hit the notification bell as well. I hope you have all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have all enjoyed spooky season. It's been a wonderful time. Make sure you check out all the rest of my videos in the I button above, and I will see you all in the next video. It will not look anything like this, but yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Freaking bats! I love Halloween. What's wrong with my brain? Well, that don't work. That isn't the stuff of nightmares, and I don't know what is. Like, that is... I look very strange, don't I? Very strange. Do not get it in your eyebrow here. That is the last thing we need. We don't want that. No. That would be a what I call disaster. If that's the look you're going for, then great. Oh my god, I just broke my mirror! Oh! Oh no! Oh, that's be sad. Oh no! What am I going to do now? I'll get super glue. Yeah. Maybe not. Okay, that's just gonna have to. That's a good blooper, isn't it? How creepy does that look? I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it.